During his rookie year, a lot of people, including myself, were questioning, is Baker Mayfield a bust? Now, we were questioning, is he a bust? Because you have a lot of talent around him, and he just was struggling, right? But we're like, we're gonna chalk it up. He has a bad coach, Hugh Jackson. Get him out of there. Bring in Freddie Kitchens. Uh, but in that, you get Jarvis Landry, you get uh, Odell Beckham Jr., and you get some pieces around you that can help. You still have Myles Garrett. You have a really good defense. And then the second year comes, and then they struggle mightily. They get Nick Chubb in the middle of the year. Uh, they just look horrible. But we're going to chalk it up. I mean, Freddie Kitchens, he wasn't even a coordinator, and he got a head coaching job. That's the reason why they trashed. It wasn't Baker. It was because of Freddie Kitchens. And it was because it was Baker's second year, and the offensive line wasn't that good. Third year, you have Stefanski. You have a better offensive line. You have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. You have Austin Hooper to the mix. And you still have Odell Beckham. You still have Jarvis Landry. And they can't be good teams. They looked horrible against the Ravens. Now, everybody outside the Chiefs have looked horrible against the Ravens. But they looked horrible against the Ravens. And this week, they looked horrible against the Steelers, losing 38-7. So now we need to ask the question. Is Baker Mayfield a bust? Do I think Baker Mayfield's bad? No. I think Baker Mayfield definitely has arm talent. I think Baker Mayfield is talented. But is he number one overall pick talented? I don't believe so. Is he number one overall pick talent? I don't even think that the Browns think so anymore. In fact, let's look at the wins that the Browns have. All the wins that the Browns have kind of went the same way. Take the ball out of Baker Mayfield's hands. Run the ball a lot with Nick Chubb. Run the ball a lot with Kareem Hunt. Do some trick plays. They did a lot of trick plays against the Dallas Cowboys where they had Jarvis Landry throw passes. Baker Mayfield has not looked good this entire year. And you have to start questioning, okay, at first it was Hugh Jackson, right? Then it was Freddie Kitchens. Now it's Stefanski. That's three coaches, and you still have talent around you. At some point, what's the common denominator? And the common denominator at this point is Baker Mayfield. Hell, Baker Mayfield had a horrendous. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that the Steelers is arguably the best defense in the league. I understand how good they are. They're 5-0. I get that. But you didn't create this team. You didn't bring the pieces and pay the piece that you paid to only be good against average to below average teams. To only be good against this year's Dallas Cowboys or the Washington football team. You didn't pay all that money to Odell. You didn't pay all that money to Jarvis. You didn't pay all that money, generational type money, to Myles Garrett. You didn't pay all that money to get Austin Hooper. And you didn't pay or draft Baker Mayfield to lose that badly to good teams. Again, he threw a horrendous pick six to Minkah Fitzpatrick on Sunday. And it's just that we're starting to expect that from Baker, and that's I'm not out here saying that he's a bust. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but I am saying we have to start questioning how good is Baker. And if he's not good enough to lead a team or to be a number one, if he's not good enough to be a starting quarterback for a team, you have to start looking, at least Cleveland has to start looking, what moves do we need to make? Seeing as though you don't want to waste the talent that the Cleveland on paper has one of the most talented teams rosters in the league, yet and still they don't play like it. And why is that? Because they're not run as far as quarterback, they're not run competently. Hell, we just talked about the Cowboys. The Cowboys looked horrible last night with Andy Dalton. That's the outside of the Washington game, Cleveland hasn't looked good. Washington and Dallas. Cleveland hasn't really looked good this entire year. And they looked horrible on Sunday. So if you know if you can't do it, if you have all that talent and you know still losing the way that you're losing, you have to start looking at who is leading these men, and that is Baker. And this is yet another year. I know it's early, but this is yet another year that we're seeing Baker Mayfield struggle. That's all I'm saying.